What's up, dudes and dudettes, the Urina? My name is Scythe, and today we're going to be starting a series of Dragon Quest builders. I've actually been keeping an eye on this game just as far as gameplay videos online and stuff like that, and noticed that it really reminds me of the indie game Portal Knights, or kind of like Cube World, just kind of an open world type of thing. But the thing that's interesting about this game, not that I played that far into it, is the fact that you're actually constructing villages that NPCs will then actually inhabit. So it's kind of like a Terraria thing, which I feel excited about because it means that there is actually incentive to build structures and stuff, right? But before we end up skipping into the game, we very much appreciate if you would hit that like button. Helps me out more than you know. And without further ado, we're just gonna start right from, well, do we want to start from the beginning? We're probably just gonna skip into my loaded save file because honestly speaking, folks, this game has an insanely long tutorial and lots of talking. Needless to say, the story is very, very basic. We are pretty much the only character that can build anything in the entire world. And then the tutorial just kind of had us come out of a dungeon that was kind of over there. It wasn't really anything impressive, just platforming out and teaching us some basic crafting mechanics and stuff like that. While you go through the world, you can collect flowers that you can then construct into healing resolves and stuff like that. And now we ended up getting a couple sticks that we're supposed to construct some stuff with, and we ended up making this little house over here, kind of just replacing it with dirt and everything like that, and then had this NPC end up moving in and giving us a couple quests as well, which is pretty cool. And this is our main banner, so we're going to be laying these down as the main structure of like an area or anything like that. And I guess, you know, you can kind of see with all the dirt that we've got around, the game really wants us to set up a proper like starting town and everything like that, right? So now what they wanted us to actually construct was a couple of torches, was the new thing that we ended up getting. Not exactly sure what the bonfire is, but then there's like different armors and different weapons and other different materials that you'll end up getting your hands on. I'm still very new to it all, but you know, I'm still very excited to see what it's all about. I just named our character Bob as well because, you know, there's not really anything that exciting. Here's that healing cream, by the way. Now, I was mentioning that takes the white petals, so I'm going to construct a couple of these, just because why not? If I can ever get these menus out of my face, because that's the thing, is, like I said, this game is very, very talk, which is fine, but legit, like, even the beginning of the game, the intro that I played so far was very, very abrasive. Like, it just didn't stop. I found myself skipping like crazy 2 or 3 minutes in. Hey, where'd you find that torch? Ah, I constructed it myself. You didn't find it, you built it? See, it's supposed to be a big deal, right? And so that's what building means. You picked up stuff from the ground and somehow changed it into a torch, right? Thanks, I think I understand, sort of. Okay, hey, do you think you might be able to build anything with this? If you need any more, I'll see if I can find some. Now, that's the thing, I'm very excited to see how this game ends up operating. Like, are we going to end up having these NPCs kind of wander around and do these menial tasks for us, so that as we're progressing through the game, maybe things are gonna end up becoming a little bit easier for us because they start doing it all themselves? I don't know. So they're telling us we can construct one of these sticks, but we don't need that because we actually already have one of the sticks. What was the button, if I even remember what it was? How do we even attack? Is it one of the triggers? No, it's not. Oh man alive, I am not good at this. Oh, there it is, the triangle button. Okay. So we can go and beat people up and stuff. I just realized something. You never told me your name. My name's Bob. Bob? What kind of name is that? It doesn't sound like you'd have any special powers at all. Yeah, I know. Very, very appropriate that we ended up choosing this name. But you can't judge someone by their name, right? Yeah, okay. Anyway, Bob, I love you. Okay, that's kind of strange. Settle down, okay? Well, anyways, never mind that. You've got some torches you made, right? We should put one of those in the house. See, that's what I mean. Like, it's like, a room is complete if the walls is 2 blocks high, a door, and a source of light to stave off the darkness when the sun has set. Very similar to Minecraft. Press square, like you've been doing the entire time, to place a torch down. Like, that's what I mean. This game really likes to explain stuff. Lots and lots and lots. What's the button to do it? Okay, so let's plot one. Not enough space. What are you talking about? Not enough space. Yes, there's enough space. There's totally enough space. What do you mean there's not enough space? Why are you telling me there's not enough space to do that? What are you saying? Do we actually have to have it like go over in the corner? Or maybe it has to be further away from the walls? Or maybe Ah, I see. We can only put them on the ground right now. Maybe that's just kind of what it is for a torch. So we ended up putting that on the ground, got a couple points, and ended up actually, you saw for a split second there the ground kind of glowed, and I guess that means, or glue? I guess that means that this is kind of a safe area. Our houses are going to be very, very gross until the late portions of the game, I'm sure. Brilliant! Now that it's all lit up, the room's perfect. I hear that this tutorial goes on and on and on, so that's what we're probably going to be spending a couple of the first episodes on. I don't really know anything about this game though, honestly, folks. I'm just kind of going in blind, but I wanted to kind of skip to the point of actually getting gameplay rather than spending the entire episode reading, right? You're amazing, Bob. You really have special powers. It's hard to believe that someone who looks so dopey could be so talented. Excuse me? But you can't judge someone by their appearance, right? Man, this person's such a jerk. I like them. Marry me. I mean, no, I'm being pulled in by their antics. Anyways, thanks, Bob. Now we have somewhere to live. I guess that means we are married to them. Seed of life. Okay, what is that? What makes a room a room? For a room to be recognized, it must have walls 2 blocks high, a door, and a light source. I mean, you just told me that, game, but that's cool. Thank you for that. Now, what is a seed of life? What do we actually do with this? Did that give us, yeah, max HP increase. Okay, I thought so. So here's a fun fact, by the way, that my brother ended up telling me, which I think is really, really neat, is the fact that Square Enix actually owns the Dragon Quest series, and they also have Final Fantasy. It really didn't make sense for them to kind of develop Dragon Quest as another, because Dragon Quest games originally were like Final Fantasy, you know, like it was a JRPG through and through, just kind of more cartoonish and a little bit less serious. So I'm really liking that they actually jumped on board with the whole Minecraft thing by just going, okay, dude, we've got Final Fantasy for the serious JRPG stuff. Let's turn Dragon Quest into this type of a game that's kind of a more kid-friendly type of, you know, approach, which is really, really cool. I'm really excited to start this series, you know? Much better if we had something to sleep on at night, right? Oh man, can you skip the night? Maybe you could build something. Yes, please. Bub, my child. What? That's supposed to be like our ancient, like, I don't know, it's like the god of the world or something. Also, as far as the story is concerned, there's like some big vampire which is ruling the land. I honestly don't really know. Bub, my child, you must gather materials that you might fashion some bedding. Should you place a bed in a room, you can sleep on it at any time, day or night, to restore your health. Oh, okay, that's convenient. It would be great if you could make 2 things to sleep on. This is getting really, you're moving a little too fast there, Buster. I mean, I put those beds on the opposite side of the room, like seriously. We could sleep next to each other. No, this time, Bob, I shall leave it to you to gather the materials you need. You need straw mattresses, but young Pippa requests. A straw mattress can be constructed from grassy leaves. To build one, you must first... Shut up! Bob, are you alright? Yep, I'm fine. I like how he just ignored him, thank goodness. Eureka! Bob works out how to... Okay, straw material, functional. Score 30 points if we can end up actually constructing these. So where do we actually end up getting this grass that they want us to get? Now, unfortunately, that's one thing, is the world is gonna end up being particularly dark. Just as we kind of like explore it, because as you can kind of see, there's a little bit of a light barrier right here. Our town is kind of the main safe haven, and then everywhere else is going to end up being really, really gross. So we got to try and find out where we're going to end up getting... Die, creature! Do you secretly drop my grass? Ow! Man alive, the combat's a little bit sticky. I'm going to have to get used to that. Okay, so that's where we get slime. Good, good. Gotta keep that in mind. And then we're also getting some... Plum berry. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like these sound effects too. They really actually remind me of Tomba from a million years ago. Do these plants, yeah, these actually count as the healing resolve plants, so that's a good thing to keep in mind. I think we can also chop down trees too. Oh, maybe we can't until we get a stronger tool or something like that. Okay, but the thing that you may have noticed at the title screen that I'm just kind of guessing is the fact that we actually... Can we cut this grass? We did actually cut one of them. Yeah, we are. Maybe we're not getting anything from them though. But this is actually kind of like the first world that we can explore. And I mean, by the looks of it, it looks like there's going to be a bunch of different biomes and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that as we would get further in the game, maybe we would end up having like different biomes and different worlds that we can end up loading up or something to that effect, because otherwise for right now you can see these areas are very, very small. Looks like we actually have a town generated up over there already, which I'm not gonna go and explore just yet because I kind of want to stick to the tutorial section for sure. But the thing that I'm really excited about this game is to see where it ends up going, because even though right now it's all the Minecraft stuff, you know, we're just building a town, building a base, whatever. The fact of the matter is that this is a AAA company here that is actually making this game, which tells me that it potentially is gonna end up being very, very cool and kind of expanding upon that's grass. I thought it was gonna expand upon the whole Minecraft formula and end up being something very unique and to its own, you know? So that grass block that I ended up just finding right there was actually, yeah, over here, these things right here. You can actually see that they're kind of a darker grass. I like that at least they have a little bit of an indicator for that. And unfortunately, until we end up getting staircases, by the way, we're gonna have to jump up all these blocks manually too. I don't know if we can actually take on these bats, and unfortunately this forest area is gonna be really, really difficult for us to navigate until we end up actually getting an axe to go through this area. Oh my goodness, die, you stupid bat. What did he end up dropping? Anything worthwhile? He didn't actually drop anything. Is it just a rare chance of dropping? Let's find out. Or is it just that these bats do nothing? Maybe they don't do anything. Ah, so this actually over here is another type of crafting table. This is just the one for the very minor resources rather than the main one that we had over in our town, which maybe that's the point. Maybe it's just that it's like a bigger, like a better crafting bench, you know? Because honestly speaking, folks, I thought that you had to use the log crafting bench to make like healing resolves and stuff like that, and then this other one was going to be a different type. But it seemed like with this one, it's kind of like a stone crafting table, right? So we can actually construct all the same healing resolves as well as a bunch of new stuff. So we can make the bonfire. What do these actually cost? Broken stick and a big igloo, a big bundle of branches that burns brightly and is a light source. So I'm gonna grab one of these just because I want to plop one down nearby, but we're gonna try and get, hopefully, can we construct two of these? How do we actually construct two at once? It does have a ×1, so I think we are going to be able to actually construct a couple of them, but maybe they only want us to make as many as possible. No, I want to change it with other means. There's gotta be like some type of a button for it, unless we can select it more than once somewhere else. I don't know. But if you have any suggestions and you're really far into the game, folks, by the way, I don't want any spoilers or anything like that, but at the same time, you know, certain things that might end up coming into play later on or be really, really important, you could go ahead and leave those in the comments below and then I'll check those out. But otherwise, for the first few episodes, I might actually record most of these in a row, so, you know, it might be irrelevant. Like, I might not be talking about the most relevant of data. There we go. So we built a basic bedroom, sleeping quarters for 2, made from the most modest of materials, increases residents' maximum HP by 10%, because that's the thing we gotta really, really be careful for, is these NPCs can end up dead. Like, we do not want that to end up happening. Look what that! Wow, you built us something to sleep on. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, your problem? Not your welcome. Whether it is day or night, you can sleep in a bed that is within a room to recover your health. As the sun sets, the darkness will close in around you and more powerful monsters emerge in force. Okay, when night falls, you would do well to return to your base. Rest your head upon a pillow and sleep until morning. Okay, so let's find out, Bob, my child. Okay, I wanted to find out whether or not we can actually skip through the night. You discovered the means to build a bed all by yourself. In addition to the power to create that I bestowed upon you, it seems that you bear the special skill to discern what can be made from the materials you can find. This is a wondrous power you have. Like, seriously, man, even a baby learns how to build with Lego. You don't gotta tell me about it. Bob, hello? Bob, was the goddess speaking to you? You were staring off into space with your mouth open again. Okay, I like how, like, you know, that's one thing, is they at least make the writing, like, very, very well done. You've got to pay more attention to what's going on around you, Bob. If you keep spacing out like that, you'll never get anything done. Yeah, I know, shut up. Bob begins to feel time passing by. I do? Okay. We got 2 broken branches. I mean, I could have gotten those myself anyway. Time flies. Whether you're collecting materials or building rooms, time is always on the move. Eventually, night will fall and another day will dawn. You can check what time it is on the clock in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Oh, okay. Really? Because I don't see... What? I don't get it. Which distance is the clock going? I think it's going, like, clockwise, right? So that means that it's actually almost nighttime, despite the fact that it looks really, really bright out, but I don't think that it is. No, I wanted to talk to you. Bob, can I ask you something? With all this wandering around and collecting stuff, aren't you getting a bit hungry? Please don't tell me I have to worry about hunger. No, it's just me? What? That's not my tummy rumbling. You must be hearing things again. Oh, okay, so we don't have to look for food. There's a lot of plum berry trees around here, already one step ahead of you. Plum berries are kind of small, and they don't really fill you up, but they're really sweet and juicy. Can you go and get some plum berries for me, Bob, please? Well, we'll need at least 5 for a decent meal. Uh-oh. A plum berry is this pink thing that this other person just described. Wow, you found so many plum berries. Can I have them? Yes, you can. Here you go. Hooray, thanks, Bob. To tell the truth, I'm actually really, really hungry. Here, these are for you. Okay. Do we actually have to worry about hunger? That would kind of suck to actually deal with that type of a resource. It's your share. I mean, you must be starving too, right? They're really tasty. You should try them. Unless this is just another healing type of thing. Bob's tummy starts to heal, or maybe it's like a status effect that you end up running into. Maybe if you end up, here we go. As time passes, you'll become hungrier and hungrier. You can see how to fill, how full you are by checking at the hunger bar at the top left-hand corner of the screen, and fill yourself up again by eating food. What does it actually do if you end up not eating? Well, like, seriously, what does it actually end up doing? I don't really like the fact that I have to go and get food, but really. Now, the other thing, too, is I'm wondering whether or not this campfire is actually used for a structure, or can you actually use it to kind of light up an area out in the distance? Let's actually see what happens if we're over here in the darkness, and we plop the campfire down. No, that's barely a light source at all. Let me just grab that back. I'll put it over here. And just kind of, we'll plop it down right there and then eventually end up constructing these walls with dirt or something like that. I don't really know, whatever. But I want to see, how does the time end up passing when we actually go into the bed? Does it just auto skip, or do we have to wait? Ooh. Ooh. That is beautiful. That is nice. How much time ended up skipping? No time skipped at all. What? Or is time just frozen right now? Maybe it is, because otherwise it's a little bit difficult to see that clock in the top right. It's a little bit into the nighttime right now. Okay, I'm gonna try and sleep again and see what ends up happening, because otherwise it's a little bit weird. Maybe time just passes really, really slow. It's too bad this didn't just swap over like one from the other right away, you know what I mean? Oh, so that just resets it. Oh, okay. So I thought that the clock was always going to point to the top and the day and night cycle was going to rotate, but the beds is actually resetting it at daytime, and the clock is kind of slowly going all the way around to the nighttime, and the nighttime seems to generally be shorter than the rest of the time period in the game. So that's actually not too bad. That's pretty good. I like that. I can deal with that. Okay, so what's the other request that you have for us? We might not be able to have enough time for this one though. You know, Bob, I've been thinking, you run around smashing up things like trees and I can't smash trees yet, and use materials you find to build new things, right? It'd be pretty useful to have somewhere to store all that stuff, don't you think? After all, you're going to have to collect a lot of materials pretty soon. Okay, thanks for that. Why? Well, it's a secret. I like how the game's self-aware, but you should still make something to store your stuff in. Yeah, okay. Your friend is wise indeed. Having a place to store your stuff is just basic knowledge. I mean, seriously, you've played Minecraft before, right? No, you haven't? Well, even if you have, I'm gonna treat it as if you haven't ever played Minecraft before. Make something you can put things in. A chest. Functional. Branches put together can make a strong box. Okay, good. That sounds great. How do we actually craft stuff? Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta go over to this thing. Oh, there we go. You know what? Let me get rid of this little rock right here. And this one right here as well. We might be able to actually move this crafting table, which would be pretty darn cool, but whatever. That's not really that important. What's this oaken club? Is this anything special? So that's going to take a bunch of broken tree branches. And then, oh, I see. And then that other inventory right there is our storage inventory. So we can actually craft stuff out of our storage. That's actually really, really handy. So that means, you know, kind of it's going to push the fact that we have a town and kind of a setup a little bit more, like, it's very important, it seems, to actually have like a proper base of operations, you know? So we're going to be able to actually store our stuff and keep everything secure while also still being able to build and everything. Wow, you made a chest. Now you can put all the stuff you collected in there and go collect even more stuff. Okay. You know, Bob, there's something I've always wondered. What exactly has happened to this world? They say that the light was stolen from us by a really bad man. Ever since, it's been anyone's blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares about anyone but themselves, and they never really help anybody else out. Anyways, I've been rambling for too long. It's super boring to live like that. Yeah, it definitely is. It's also boring to talk about it too. Could we build this city and everyone could live together? I wish we could. Hopefully someday in the future. I feel like if you're around, anything can happen. We should do everything we can to make this town a great place to live. Yes, I'm down for that, but we need loads and loads of materials to do that. That's why I asked you to make a chest. All right, so it's agreed. We're going to build the biggest, bestest city in the whole wide world. I'll think about what we need to build, and you build it. Okay, cool. So the game's gonna kind of instruct us as to what we're gonna do as far as all the building and stuff, right? You're going to help me, aren't you, Bob? Aren't you? Quest complete. You got a bunch of branches you could have gotten in 2 seconds if you went out into the world. Okay, well, anyways, that's all the time that we have for today, everybody. So thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. And I hope that you're gonna enjoy the new series. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody. Believe in yourself.